Spoon, your action figure aficionado here, and I finally have the long-awaited Super 7 Classics MOTU collection, also known as the William Stout collection, to avoid legal issues with obtaining movie likeness rights and such. Basically, a lot of these figures have been coveted, wanted since '87, since people started seeing the movie for the first time. And yes, as a child, Masters Universe movie was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I still hold it in high regard for a lot of the feelings I get when I see it today. This is the typical shipping box that you got. You'll notice on the side, though, that they do have the carton here. So this is number 843 of 4002. So that leads us to believe that there's only 4002 of these sets listed. And it's got the full description. You got the Collector's Choice 4-pack, and it lists... I enjoy Hyper Skeletor. That's funny. But you'll notice once you open up the box, just like the other ones, it has a little insert in top here, and the boxes all neatly lined up in there. Here are the boxes themselves. You have God Skeletor, as he's been come to known in the fan base. Rebel Leader He-Man, interesting. And then Dark Despot Skeletor, interesting name again. And then they added Commander Karg, just to add a little bit more flair, I think, to separate him from the standard Karg figure. So, standard boxes. Now let's get on to the figures. Now, from left to right, we have our Rebel Leader He-Man, God Skeletor, Commander Karg, and the Dark Despot Skeletor. You'll notice same packaging as we've come to know and love with the Collector's Choice that Mattel started back in 2008. And it's kind of sad to think that this could possibly end the collection of regular figures with these four. As amazing and great as they are, I still want more. MOTU Classics has become a big part of my life. It's been 12 years now that I've been collecting this one toy line, and it's sad to think that other ones might not come out. Packaging, I'll get into individuals first. You'll see that you can see even He-Man's cape is cloth and kind of flaps around inside there. And is relatively well. Packaging for him is decent other than Skeletor here. There was a common issue with the sword falling out of the tray, which mine did as well, and is now laying against my Skeletor right in there. Now, starting with Skeletor, because I want to free him, check the sword and stuff like that on the loose side of things. I love the artwork that is done on the backs of these packages that Super 7 has incorporated that Mattel didn't quite do like that. I wish they did it all along, but phenomenal. Okay. And to give people just a slightly better view of his bio. I absolutely love this figure. It's got all the traditional joints that you've come to know and expect from the MOTU Classics toy line, but it includes his movie likeness, Havoc staff. A really, really well done and intricate cosmic key. As you can see, they even dabbed a couple different paint spots on there. Oh, phenomenal. People want to know why you're paying $50 for a figure. For me, it's this right here. This extra attention to detail. It's got a little handle there. Stands up nice as well. Great accessory. Sword. Looks to be no real damage from I can see, but there's the handle. Even a nice like chrome type paint for the blade. Great sword too. Let's take a closer look at Skeletor. Now, if they were lacking one little thing here, it would have been like a little sheath on his side or a plug to connect either the key or his sword to. If you look in here and you see all the detail in that face, capturing the idea or the look of the mask with the nose. I'd always kind of thought it looked cool, a little cheesy even as a kid, with Frank Langella's great portrayal underneath that makeup and mask. And you see all the detailing in the armor, and very pliable here, so you can move them around. The Havoc staff. Kind of loose in the hand like this, but if you position it, get the hand in position and put it on the ground, no one would be the wiser. Some people I know are complaining about that it's not jet black and it's got like this maroon gloss, or not gloss, but this maroon shading over the black there, which I believe they were trying to match the concept of William Stout's actual designs and stuff too. So it appeared jet black in the movie, but I'm pretty sure that it was even made to have this appearance. It just didn't portray well in old screens. Just testing out ankle function, knee, the whole hips swivel, chest crunch, the ab crunch there. Armor, I'm assuming, isn't removable, but it's got the seam. It's got the seam there that it looks like it was molded in. The belt buckle. Those eyes. The way they pierce. I'm looking through a screen as I'm filming this, and they're just staring right at me. This is a great figure. I gotta say, Super 7 has really shown that they can produce greatness, and it sucks that they get here and they're done. And now taking a look at the Rebel Leader He-Man. You can see the nice artwork that they put there. And give people a glimpse of his bio. Alright, and here we got our Rebel Leader He-Man. Once again, I can't commend them enough on the way that they painted and sculpted these figures. Now, He-Man doesn't have much of a shortage for putting in these his accessories, but we'll go over that. He's got the typical joints once again. Not going to really go on all them here, because if you're watching this, odds are you know what the standard joint is. One of my favorite features is that they kept the cape like this so he can keep his sword neatly sheathed, as in the movie, in his back. And as a bonus note that I didn't even know about until opening him up myself, is that it even has a little clasp to keep the sword locked in place. Beautiful design. Now we got a holster and a little laser pistol there. And over here we have a nice dagger and a nice sheath for that as well. this very small can't even really get a good glimpse of it. There we go. This is so tiny, this little mini dagger here. Great paint app or whatnot. I don't really know of a place to put this on him yet, but as you can see, I'll demonstrate here. His hand doesn't quite work well with that. Don't really know where to go with it. Let's raise that shoulder up, pull this. Phenomenal. Loose fit, but that'll work a little bit better. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I could try to just put that one in there, just to keep it safe. We'll see. Now in the bubble, behind the tray, there was an alternate head I didn't even know it was. Like an angry expression and then just a more calm demeanor. I actually prefer the one that's on here. Not even going to bother with the head, but nice addition. Just get a close-up, get a load of all the detailing in the boots, belt, shoulder pads, chest harness, arm gauntlets, some really good stuff. This wave might have produced some of my favorite MOTU Classics figures ever. I can't wait to get everything all displayed together and show it all off in one big area. For the time being, I can kind of just put that there. Oh, wait. Looking further, right there is a little pocket. That excites me, discovering it on the fly here. $10 points. Wow. I'm going to have to revisit Dark Despot Skeletor and see if I can find a hidden place for his sword. They didn't waste no time in reusing this mold, but to good effect, because I was almost tempted if they didn't do it themselves to buy a secondary Karg and try to paint them up to match movie tones a little bit more. In his bio. And here we have Commander Karg. Gold and black paint. I have to point out this hook here, which, yes, this is posable. This was one of my biggest letdowns from the prototype of the first Karg that came out, and then the release of with the hook finally has this hook, more movie accurate. And much like the other Karg, we'll go into just his face. A lot of detail. I like the extra paint apps in there. Good washouts there. The back of the cape. He still comes with his little torture device here, as the first one did, repainted, and a blaster. He also does not have any other hook spots, because you can see he's got other little devices hanging, sculpted into the belt here. It would be nice to have a little spot or somehow that we could just hook this on. Much like I wish the Cosmic Key could hook onto the Skeletor. But in the meantime, I'll have him try holding his blaster at least. I love him nonetheless. A great figure. Out of these, so far leading into being my least favorite, though, just because it didn't add much new to it. Very happy about this, though. Can't lie. No loose joints, 3 out of 4 figures so far. Super 7 has continued getting better and better. The paint apps all look great, and I'm not getting any derp eye or anything like that. And we have a problem that Super 7 did have early on was some of the figures had a waxy look to them. Not seeing any of that here. I'm just going to try to get in closer to just to see the detailing, his neck piece there. And here we have the infamous God Skeletor, just showing the art on the back of the card. I never did get any of these Filmation figures. I didn't collect Filmation figures as they started releasing towards the end of Classics, unless if it was a character that was unique, so I might eventually go back and get Katrina. And then just for consistency's sake, the evil deity of destruction, God Skeletor. Pretty cool. Here he is, kids. God Skeletor. They were able to reuse a lot of new molding and use it twice in the same release and pull it off perfectly, because he's got the same, overall tunic garb as regular Skeletor, with the addition of this piece here, and is overall just amazing to look at, all that went into him. Be kind of cool to see him with the release on the helmet. Now, he's got, the Havoc staff again, just as before. Now, I can't remember if the movie, if the horns are like that, or if, because they're not very bendy, so this one's just shaped a little bit different. They're actually very solid pieces. Nothing new I can really bring to the table in terms of everything else here, other than, the great paint app, really metallic-y overall look to them. Really appreciate that. Get in for a good close-up there, so you can just kind of see. This is the piece that really makes it really different from the other one. Let's even get a back view here, like the bat wings on there. On there. Not a lot of accessories, but he don't really need them. Well, and here they are in all their glory, kids. The William Stout collection, Masters Universe Classics by Super 7. On a kind of a dark note that this is possibly the last release, and it only leaves me wanting more. Hopefully, as the license reverts back to Mattel, that they will do something to keep the classics alive and continue expanding our collections. I don't care if it's $1 a quarter and it's $50 a pop. As long as I get my classics collection built up. I don't have any intentions of going into these new ones like Origins or anything like that. I've collected enough MOTU over the years. I have the vintage, I have the NECA Stactions. I got rid of my 2000X Mattel releases. So the NECA Stactions and then the classics done by both Mattel and Super 7, and of course the Mattel Vintage are the 3 that I intend to keep collecting. I really like the Mondo stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to go into that. This only adds to what I want them to release in classics. I'd love to see other characters from the movie, Man-at-Arms, Tila, maybe even a Sorceress. She's a little bit lower on the list. And a Beastman that's accurate to the movie. And of course, right now, probably my number one, Evil Lynn. Meg Foster as Evil Lynn. I would love to have an action figure of that. And of course, last but not least, Lubick. Where are we without Lubick? I went to a con once, ran into James at the con, told him I loved him in Masters Universe, and he gave me a look like, he was pretty sure he thought I'm pretty sure he thought I was making fun of him. But he's been in so many classic movies, and of course I'm the one that brings out and says that I absolutely loved him in Masters of the Universe. So he probably gets Back to the Future and some of his other stuff a lot. Maybe even Problem Child with being in one of them. Well, anyway, the William Stout Collection. I hope I'm saying his name right. That's just the way I read it all the time. But anyway, now remember, I'm going to try and bring you more videos. I'm going to try to keep more frequency on my Action Figure Aficionado page. So please like my videos, share my videos, get them out there, because it's going to be a little bit harder with the COPPA laws and all that, because I am going to market them as toy videos. So technically, toys are for kids in the government's eyes. But I'm not going to discuss the politics here. And please ring the bell for notifications when new videos come up. I'm Spoon, your Action Figure Aficionado, keeping it mint.